Mr. Gautam Bandyopadhyay is the CEO and co-founder of Trustt. He headed the Finacle Innovation Hub at Infosys. He built the Finacle digital commerce product that went on to power Airtel Money. His specialty areas include digitized payments, lending, banking, financial inclusion, and digital commerce. Gautam played several roles at Infosys as the product manager, consultant, and head of global deliveries for all channel banking products. So please welcome him with a round of applause, everybody. Thank you.
You know what, Gautam? I was demonstrating the product that we are going to be demoing today with all of you guys. And for the last 30 years, little has really changed when it comes to customer service. Okay? I mean, a whole lot of technology has been thrown in, analytics has come in, but you still have the same broken experience, okay, that we see, okay, in terms of in a contact center, you still have the experience, and it is irrespective of the industry that we are talking about. Okay? Whether it is banks or retailers or courier companies, you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 13. And then you want to talk to somebody on the other side to get your problem solved. He was telling me that the person who can really do a good customer service is probably who knows about the organization, the processes, is knowledgeable enough. Okay, has 5 years of experience, but can you find any 5 years of experience guy to do customer support? There is not. Okay, in fact, we know that the churn rates are a lot higher there. Okay, so not without a reason that this experience is broken, right? So, and then the other problems that we see in terms of how customer support is done is there are multiple channels that come in. There is email, there is chat, there is calls, okay, and it has to talk to disparate systems within the organization itself. There is no context of the customer. Then there is this language barrier, right? The person calling in or person wanting to chat probably knows Telugu or Tamil, and the contact center person is not really that skilled in terms of supporting this. And I'm sure other regulators are also doing it, but Reserve Bank of India, as you know, that they've already made it mandatory that customer support is provided in the major languages, all the major languages in India. What does it mean? It means that you need to now invest in more number of people to take care of that language skill set itself. So that is one. Secondly, the skills. Like we said, that nobody who's 5 years experience is actually interested to work in customer support. Okay, he thinks or he or she thinks that there's other thing to be done, which is better, paying and so on and so forth. And therefore there's a huge skill issue. You don't know when a customer is calling about a product, home loan, and this guy doesn't know as to what are the nuances of home loans to be there. So that's what we have it. Okay, so I'm proud to present the conversational customer engagement platform or solution that is powered by Trustt GPT. This is something that we started working about a year ago. Okay, and my co-founder and chairman actually happened to meet Sam Altman from OpenAI, and even before ChatGPT was launched, and we got intrigued and we started working on that. And we've been doing beta launches of the product already with multiple clients, and we largely do work on the BFSI segment, even though this product is not really limited to the BFSI segment. And we've now done a general availability release for this particular product as we speak there. Okay, so let's run the video. My colleague Sohan is also.
Chatbot. What comes to mind? Menu-driven options, non-contextual and irrelevant responses, awkward pseudo-conversations? In this modern world, where creating great customer experiences is the prime focus, this might not be the best way to serve. You need a solution that will help you build the brand of your financial institution while increasing your efficiency. The team at Trustt would like you to meet Trustt GPT, a financial AI with multilingual capabilities that delivers human-like interactions and real-time data integration, transforming client engagement. Right out of the box, Trustt GPT is able to improve productivity by creating humanizing digital experiences like these text conversations.
मेरा केसीसी खाता है आपके साथ, क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि मुझे कितना भुगतान करना है और कब तक?
जी बिल्कुल, मेरी मौजूदा जानकारी के हिसाब से आपका बकाया ऋण है 1,25,000 रुपए, जो आपको 31 मार्च 2024 से पहले जमा कराना है।
अच्छा, अगर मैं 31 मार्च से पहले जमा नहीं कराऊंगा तो क्या मुझे पेनल्टी देनी पड़ेगी?
जी हाँ, अगर आप 31 मार्च 2024 तक पेमेंट जमा नहीं करते हैं तो आपको 1% की पेनाल्टी हर महीने लगेगी आपके बकाया ऋण पर।
Let's do one more.
Okay, I need to know my portfolio.
Sure, here are your investment details. I can see that your portfolio grew by 7%, whereas the market grew only by 4%. That's a great thing. Do you want to invest more into your portfolio?
Yes, add 5,000 each to mutual funds and equity.
Thanks for the confirmation. I have top up your portfolio now. Do you need anything else?
No, that will be all for now. Thank you.
The intuitive, personalized experiences Trustt GPT creates keep people engaged, and the results show. Achieving over 90% containment rates for common inquiries. Seamlessly recommend services and boost conversions, making it a 24/7 virtual assistant trusted by global financial leaders. Trustt, technology you can bank on.
Right, so I think what you saw there, we're going to be demonstrating now with respect to real-time demo. Now, the fact is that, if you do great customer service, okay, I mean, you see, he created the problem for the customer. When you solve it, he's obliged, he almost immediately buys another product of you. Okay, that's been the experience as well. So, a good customer service is also good for growth, good for cross-sell. Okay, this is what you'll see in our own personal lives as well, right? So, now, let me just set the context here. What we're going to demo is on my personal data, so there's nothing which is customer data. I can't demo that. So this is, and the use case here is that there's this HDFC Bank. I am a customer of HDFC Bank. I have credit cards with them, and I want to get talk to the bank in terms of and get services there. So there are few things that you can do. One, of course, you can do a customer self-service, meaning you can talk to by product discovery. I think previously Naveen spoke about product discovery. So you discover what the bank has to offer in terms of the credit card products. Then if you're satisfied with a particular product, you may want to generate a lead, which is like a lead generation and for a cross-sell perspective. And then comes support. Any product related issues that needs to be supported, where you can either do self-service, okay, or you could talk to the human agent which is on the back end, right? And how do you power that human agent using generative AI, okay, as well as how do you power the bot, which is not based on the problem statements that we talked about, is what we are going to be demonstrating here. So I have my colleague Sohan, okay, who's going to help me in this whole demo, right?
So I will just quickly launch. So let's say it's an existing website or mobile application that is already being consumed by your customers, right? So without giving them an additional application to download and
very simple to integrate. It's just SDK and a web plugin that can sit on top of any application you already have.
Yeah. So as soon as the customer logs in, it's a pre-login stage, right? Now the current bots that are available in institutions are generally for the existing customers, right? What about the customers who are new to bank or new to institution? They want to know about your product and services. How do you service them? So this one single tool allows the new to institution customers also to take it forward, right? So they can do general query like, hey, can you tell me what are the different credit cards variants that are provided by HDFC Bank?
So there is a human natural language conversation. There is no menu-driven option that you see here. And as
HDFC Bank offers a variety of credit cards with different benefits and features. Some of the variants include contactless credit cards with foreign currency markup benefits, credit cards with insurance benefits, and credit cards with airport lounge access. However, the specific variants available may vary depending on your eligibility criteria and credit score.
Okay, now this is one example. Let's change the language and see how it responds. अच्छा, क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि डाइनिंग आउट के लिए कौन सा क्रेडिट कार्ड बेस्ट ऑप्शन है, क्योंकि मैं अपनी फैमिली के साथ जनरली वीकेंड्स पे डाइन आउट करना पसंद करता हूँ.
The typical hang up that the customer will talk about, mixing Hindi with English and so on.
दिए गए संदर्भ के आधार पर ऐसा लगता है कि बाहर खाने के लिए सबसे अच्छा विकल्प HDFC बैंक इंफिनिया क्रेडिट कार्ड का उपयोग करना होगा, क्योंकि यह 1 साल के लिए क्लब मेरिट की मानार्थ सदस्यता प्रदान करता है, जो खाने और रहने के लिए 20% तक की छूट प्रदान करता है.
Yeah. So you can see how it is personalizing the experience for the customer, right? Along with that, if I want to know something else as well, I can just do that also. अच्छा, क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि इंफिनिया क्रेडिट कार्ड का रिन्यूअल चार्जेस क्या है?
So this is the domain of product discovery. I'm really discovering what is the product that is best suited for my needs. And I'm speaking in
यदि कार्ड धारक पिछले 12 महीनों में 10 लाख या अधिक खर्च करता है और कार्ड सक्रिय करता है, तो इंफिनिया क्रेडिट कार्ड के नवीनीकरण शुल्क को अगले वर्ष के लिए माफ कर दिया जाता है.
So that's what the intelligence is, right? It is very contextual and it can go up to the extent. Now let's do a personal inquiry. अच्छा, मुझे मेरा लास्ट 5 जो ट्रांजैक्शंस थे उनकी थोड़ी सी डिटेल्स चाहिए थी, तो आप मुझे वो प्रोवाइड कर दीजिए.
We are moving to the secure zone now. Okay, so far it was like a general product inquiry. Now I'm getting into my own information. So the first thing we do a login.
Please enter or speak your mobile number.
No, okay, I can.
9945. Okay, sorry. 9945 225260. I just said my number in the natural literacy. I didn't say 22. I just said 22. Right?
Please enter the OTP sent to your registered mobile number.
Gautam, I will need your OTP. I am not doing any transaction globally. I will fetch out the OTP. Just give me a moment. I guess it's a network issue. Yeah. So Gautam, you are logged in now.
All right. So as you can see,
The total transaction amount, addition of
Now since I was in pre-login stage, as soon as I logged in, it still remembered the question that I asked, right? And post-validation, it gave me the details of the transactions.
okay, let's continue.
So let me select the card and go specific.
Yeah.
Here are your credit card details ending with 3095.
Okay, can you provide me my spending pattern analysis? That will really help me.
So I'm asking for my spend pattern analysis, which is, it's an analytics, but it's all done easy now because of the kind of GenAI power that we get, right? Otherwise you'll be spending like hours to create something, and I don't know if the customer is going to ask the same question tomorrow. Okay, so there's a lot of synthetic data out here, which is again GenAI generated for us to create the entire the test cases itself.
It's also taking some time. Interesting.
And connecting to an agent is always an option if you see. So if the
Here is your spending pattern analysis for the given period.
So yeah, here you can see it gave like transaction-wise detail, what you have spent in what category based on the data that is available. Right? So as and when transaction goes in, it can acquire that. Now let's say if I want to connect to an agent, there is always an option, right? So I will just quickly go here, get connected to the agent, and if you go to the agent application, right? Agents can always log in. Can view there is an active conversation that has been initiated. So if you click on the customer name. Now, this is an interesting feature that we have built, right? So right next to the customer and agent window, you can see a co-pilot window. So it's not just the customer who is getting this benefit of generative AI, it's also the agent who gets the support while providing the response to the customer, right? So if any customer asks any question, okay, I made a credit card bill payment, but the same is not reflecting in my account. Please check that.
So this is a standard issue, right? You have made a payment, the payment is not reflected in your account, and you want to know in terms of what you want to talk to their agent for this, right? Of course, so that is spread out, it looks like this, UI is rather pretty.
Yeah. So, as soon as the query is made, there is a response. Now the agent can choose to use the response as it is, modify the response, or completely ignore the response and type in their own response as well, right? So even the training of that multilingual aspect which Gautam was talking about, let's say your agents who are not trained in a particular language, how do they
You can say Gujarati, right?
Yeah.
I apologize for the inconvenience caused. To assist you further, could you please provide me with the date of the payment?
ये पेमेंट मैंने 25 फरवरी 2024 को किया था. So though even I spoke in Hindi, the system was able to understand. The agent only knows English. He doesn't know Hindi. He or she. Right? Still, the system converts and gives the response to the to the co-pilot, and he can still use the response and just send it across.
So you have English,
भुगतान तिथि प्रदान करने के लिए धन्यवाद.
Sorry. Yeah,
No, fair enough. Okay. So what happens is that even though the agent doesn't know the language of the customer, he or she is still able to cater. So the language gap or the language skill gap that we're talking about it, we fix it like this, right? The customer continues to get the response in Hindi, which is what his preferred language is. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, direct to the next one.
अरे नहीं ये वाला पेमेंट नहीं है मैं जिसकी बात कर रहा था मुझे याद आया मैंने 15 फरवरी को पेमेंट किया था 25 को नहीं किया था. Right. So now comes the next step. So there is a queue that has been built in or a flow that has been built in. That if the payment is within 48 hours, right, it will tell the customer to wait till 48 hours. Generally, that is the provision that is being there in the financial institutions, right? And if it is post 48 hours, you can see now there is a set of questions that has been referred by the LLM for the agent to ask, but he can again choose whether to ask that or not or take more help from the LLM. Just like you can just type in here and say, please provide me all the credit card bill payment details, right?
So this is where the agent is asking the AI agent. The human agent is asking the AI agent to get information of all payments done by the customers upfront. To understand that whether whatever this customer is saying is correct or wrong, right? So I'm getting the context of the customer by a question that is being typed by the agent itself. So the conversation can be from the human agent to the from the customer to the human agent, and from the AI agent to the human agent, and from human agent to the AI agent. All the way around, communication is what we support.
So here the agent gets the response. Now, of course, he can choose to copy paste a particular bill payment that the customer is referring to, and then say, okay, bill payment was not successful, refund has been initiated. This is the details of those transactions, and all those operations can be handled by the agent. But our point is that can you accommodate the customers to in their own service channel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this entire workflow, okay, in terms of, so I have got now the customer's transactions. Now if they still say that this payment is not reflected, then finally I'll capture, okay, fine, when did you do the payment, what was the time, let's show that flow, okay? So it'll take a minute more.
मैं 12 सितंबर 23 को किया गया बिल भुगतान देख सकता हूँ। कृपया विवरण प्राप्त करें देना।
So customer is confirming with the, agent is confirming with the customer, okay, you are talking about 15, but I can see a payment on the 12th of September. So is this the payment you are referring to, right? So here the agent doesn't need to raise a ticket or directly, burden your email or ticketing team to take these queries. He himself can support the customer for the requisite services that are required. नहीं वो पेमेंट नहीं है, आप प्लीज इसको चेक कीजिए या फिर टिकट रेज कर दीजिए। आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद दिस।
Customer still says, no, I'm not satisfied, this is not the one. Okay? Could be, who knows? So instead, the whole workflow will get. Alright, so I think with that, since we have run out of time, okay,
इस गड़बड़ी
any questions? Okay, you guys have.
We can take the questions offline, sir.
I see. Okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, there's a stall outside, Trustt stall, okay, which is as you go in on the right side. Any questions that you've got, happy to answer. This is something that is already under deployment process in a couple of organizations, and POCs are for many of these things, even though we are doing the general release today. Thank you very much for your time.